Well, how are you feeling?
A little tired, but another day, another dollar. Gotta get back in the gym and get some work in.
More tired than sore?
It's about even, but
Yeah.
still gotta get in the gym, get some work in.
What's the past I guess month, 5 weeks or so just kind of been like for you, the process of sitting out and then kind of returning back these last couple of games?
A lot of appointments, recovery, rehab, just a lot.
How finicky can the back injury be? Just how careful do you have to be about it?
I had to work on my core strength, getting it back to as strong as possible, so it could help my back. Basically, I can just help protect myself a lot more. So that's what we've been working on the most, to protect myself.
Do you try and maybe note when hits are coming? Do you try and absorb them more? Do you change the way you play a little bit, knowing that you maybe want to protect yourself a little bit more, or how does that impact you?
I've always, whenever I played, I never used my core strength. I kind of just let my body just flow how it flowed. And now I'm being told I gotta use my core a lot more when jumping and stuff like that. So I've just been trying to work on that to help better myself.
What does that mean to use your core more? What does that kind of look like?
I guess what you said, just bracing for hits, just being able to absorb the contact.
How difficult is that to do kind of in the flow of the game when you're used to playing it?
That's very hard. My first couple times doing it, it felt good, but it was just dang, that's difficult to do every time for a whole game. But we're working on it, getting better.
Just feels awkward when you're...
Yeah, just a little habit I'm trying to build into myself.
How much of this is related to the continued, I assume, growth that kind of you've been going through these last 2-3 years?
I think it's a little bit related. My legs were gone. I always had knee pains and stuff like that, but now I think my upper body's grown, so that needs to hurry up and finish.
Have you? I know last year you said you didn't really measure or weigh yourself throughout the season. Have you gotten any taller over the course of the season, over the last few months?
Really haven't been looking at my height over the last couple months, weeks. It's just been about getting back healthy.
When you went,
I was just going to, can you talk about defensively what you guys think the key is going to be against Tennessee this Saturday?
Defensively, we want to be more disciplined, do what we have to do, be more involved, be more focused in on the scout, make sure we do what we have to do, and be physical with them because they're a very physical team.
Over the last couple of days, what has practice been like leading up to this game?
We had a game Wednesday, so practice yesterday really wasn't a lot. It was just film and walkthrough, just going through what Tennessee does, but a lot of film.
Do you think that you'll be one of the guys that matches up against Connect for Tennessee, and kind of how do you see that matchup playing out against him? He's averaging 30 points over the last however many games at this point.
Yeah, he's been doing what he's been doing, but we're another team. He has to come out and show us. We're just not going to give him that respect just because of what he's been doing to other teams. So he's going to have to show us the same thing.
what have you seen from him? I don't know how much of the film you've watched of them, but what have you seen from him that he's been so effective these last few games, especially?
He's a great player. He's got a nose for scoring. He'll find a way to get to the hoop and finish or get a shot off. So we just gotta find a way to stop that or limit it.
How obviously been back for a couple games now. The 7-footers were still kind of getting acclimated when you were playing before. What's it like playing with those guys now, and how does that kind of maybe change your approach to your game?
I feel like now, like in practice and stuff, when I drive to the hoop, I really don't have to always go up to score. I mean, it's a 7-footer there, so I don't feel like always trying him. So I'll be able to get to a spot, throw a lob to another 7-footer. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, but like I like it at the same time because it helps me get better and helps us as a team.
Yeah, is that an underrated aspect that not only in games it helps you guys because you have some more size, but especially for a player like you, it helps to kind of go up against that every day in practice?
It definitely helps with finishing. You got to find different ways to finish and not get your shot blocked.
Tennessee obviously added Connect, but the main core of guys have been there for a really long time, and you've been able to go up against Tennessee as a group. Could you just speak to like the veteran level that they have coming into this game?
You know, we're young. They got a couple veterans. You know, I think Vescovi, he's been in college for a little bit, but I know Chin said he's probably the smartest player. Like we're gonna go up against. I think that's true because last year he had me jumping a lot and like creating fouls. So we just got to be smarter about all that this year.
Lugano's really showed out these last couple of games. Can you just talk about the improvement he's made from last year to this year?
He's been working. He's been in the gym. He's been in the weight room, getting stronger. He's just playing with a lot more confidence, I think.
Obviously, I'm sure a disappointing locker room atmosphere after the last loss. Can you talk about just the mindset and what everyone's been saying heading into this game?
I always like to think about a loss as like a win because we're gonna learn from it and just keep getting better. So usually, like we should have won that game, but we had a couple of moments at the end of the game and in overtime. So I think we're still learning how to finish a game, and once we get that aspect down, then it'll be a lot better for us.
When you went down about midway through the second half of that Florida game, you looked like you were in quite a bit of pain as you went back through the tunnel. What was kind of going through your mind there? Did you know what was going on? Did you think, oh man, I might not be able to pick up?
I knew exactly what happened. Like when I came down, that's why I told my trainer, like my hips is out of place. Like, can we go fix that real quick? So then we went and fixed that, and then I came back onto the court.
Hip was out of place?
Not out of place, but like they were just uneven.
Like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's happened before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, but you were, I know you came in for about a minute or so in overtime. Would you have been good to go, you think? It looked like you kind of gave a thumbs up to the coaches when you came back.
I was fine to play for the rest of the game, but with the 5 that coach had out there, I think he just wanted to keep that 5 in for the rest of the game. So I just cheer for my teammates.
Yeah, speaking of that, I mentioned Ugo a second ago. He told me after the A&M game that you had kind of given him a pep talk at halftime, and I know that same game you went over, Aaron was upset with the foul trouble, and you kind of got up and went over to kind of console him. I know you've talked about being a leader with so many young guys, especially when you were out. How much did you want to do that? Do you feel like you need to kind of be that almost cheerleader for these guys?
No, I want to see everyone on my team succeed, so it's just like when someone gets down, like I've been in that place before, like knowing like things get frustrating during the game, a foul call, like things aren't going your way. I think that was the Arkansas game for me, like my first game back. I missed 3 layups in a row. Like I was in my own head, like going back to the bench, and Aaron talked to me on the bench, so it's just like it's something we got going. Like whenever someone's down and you can pick them back up, like do what you can do to pick them back up, because at the end of the day we're gonna need them.
Just staying 5-on-5 and like I said, being the aggressor. I feel like we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a game where we have to hit guys first to like set the tone of the game. So I feel like that's one of the main things we're gonna be focusing on.
Tennessee, I know that they were one of the schools that you considered before picking Kentucky. Is there any extra motivation going into that game against them?
Yeah, like I said to her, just off of like the relationships, I would say, like I built with the coaching staff at Tennessee. I feel like that's gonna I wouldn't say like I don't know how to word it because I don't want to say the same thing I just said, but yeah, I don't know how to word it.
Is it motivating though?
It's motivating because it's like I wouldn't say it means more, like even though it's like a little rivalry game, it means a little bit more to me just off of the fact that I chose Kentucky over them. So they're probably going to try to come out to try to be like more aggressive with me. So I'm just excited to see how it plays out.
I don't know how much tape you guys watched from last game, but what can you take from last game that can help you guys in this game going forward?
I feel like closing the game. I feel like the game, like we lost the game like the last like minute and a half of the game. like we were up 10. Just being better at closing out games. Like we work on it a lot in practice. So just like being more assignment sound, like our coaches say, and like following the game plan and stuff and closing out the games.
When you say closing out the game, is that more of a physical thing or more of a mental thing, trying to check?
I say a little bit of both, because like sometimes it comes down to like us getting like a rebound or two, and like they're like, you know, so just I feel like it's a little bit of everything, more so discipline, just off of the fact that we're young. So it's like knowing when to like shoot the ball, when to do certain stuff, you know.
I know you've only been out there with him once since he's come back, but how important is it getting a do back after he was all the time?
It's really, really important. Like just adding another physical guy to our team that can create for us and block shots on the defense end. So I'm happy to have him back.
I'm sure you were asked this, but just how's your the injury that you had? How's that kind of feeling?
I feel better. I plan on practicing today. I've been doing recovery ever since I heard it. So just taking it day by day and hopefully be able to play Saturday.
What was it that happened?
My quad. I hurt my quad, and we were playing 5-on-5 in practice.
How have those scrimmages been? I know that you've been doing more scrimmaging.
Competitive. Like just off of like our coach said, like he's told us like the lineups is going to change, I would say. So everybody's been like competing really hard to show that we like deserve like a chance to play. Like he's giving all of us a chance. So it's like now that we're in like SEC play, I would say that he wants to like, you know.
Uganda's kind of really come out of his shell the last couple of games. Can you just talk about how much he means to this team?
It means a lot. As y'all can see last game, right? We have like 13, 16, and 9. So that's a big part of our team. Like just having another guy that can like rebound and protect the rim for us. So like just in case like something breaks down, he's always like the guy that we can like lean on or depend on, you know.
With him back, how much of more of an emphasis is it now to close out on the threes? Because teams can't get in and get straight line drives as much with him affecting shots.
It's really, really like our coach has been emphasizing that a lot, because the last couple teams we've been playing have been having a lot of shooters. So just like closing out and being solid, because we like coach says like we have like a shot block, so we don't have to jump at the shots majority of the time, you know.
What have y'all seen out of Connect on film, and kind of what do you think?
What'd you say?
Connect from Tennessee. Have you seen anything on him, or what do you think he brings to the table?
From Tennessee, feel like he's a good player, you know. That's really about it. We watched film, but it was more so of their plays. We didn't really go into like personnel.
What do they do? What's kind of their
They do a lot of good. They're kind of good at splits, you know. Like they're physical, yeah.
You guys are both coming off a loss. You're going to both be kind of hungry going into this game. How can you channel that and use it to your advantage?
I would say like just this practice today, and I feel like the shoot around tomorrow is going to determine like how we play in that game. Like just like our coach has been emphasizing that they're going to come out being physical, so just like being the more aggressive team first, you know, and being able to do it for the whole 40 minutes.